get him in here with me.
Yeah, he's playing Battlefront right now, Parker, by the way.
Jay's playing with me. Parker's gonna play with me. Yeah, that's the only reason.
How about you start the match?
Yep, I'll start it right now. Alright, multiplayer. Let's see what we're dealing with tonight. What planet are we going to?
Yeah,
Let's wreck some fools. Yeah, man, get
I'm
your
gonna
rest,
call
man.
it. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, dude, let's just grind up some. Yeah, well, my plan is to play a little bit of this for as long as we feel like, but I also want to play some Fortnite when the new stuff comes out, just to see kind of, yeah. So we'll try and I want to get. Oh, are we heroes? Okay. Oh, you got one of the newer ones? Cool. Oh, really? Of course they're using those characters. Yo, I don't want other, but you would. Yo, I don't want to bother you, but yeah, want to play FN? Yeah, you can play Fortnite with us if you want. Sometime, that'd be awesome. Alright, I'll go Anakin. Why not? Start off with a good couple strikes. We can totally play Fortnite one of these times. I mean, you're a newest subscriber. Of course I'll play Fortnite with you.
Yeah, Joe doesn't really like anybody. He always likes everybody.
Yeah, exactly, because I'm just that kind of guy. I'm sure there's lots.
You're very awesome YouTuber.
Yeah, that's the whole point, man. That was kind of my whole vibe. I want to do is I want to make sure people know that we're here to have fun at the end of the day. And if I rant about something and I'm upset about it, I still at the end of the day want to just have fun. Yeah.
That cracks me up.
Dude, I was pissed, man. I really needed to get a game drive, and there was like, and I had to wait for an hour because the one dude didn't even know. Nobody else had keys except for the one dude in electronics. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm one of those people where like I don't get mad a lot, but when I do get mad, I get mad. Like. Yeah, like when things, there are little things that for some people would be little, but for me there's big things that I'm just like, yo, what? Yeah. I love how this dude's name is Thunderbolts 121. It's awesome. Yeah, I low-key, I'll say as much as people might not like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, dude, John Walker is boss. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe Zemo, but we needed
way more Zemo. We definitely needed more Zemo. Yeah, I'm getting, the closer we get, the more pumped I'm getting that Thor is going to be pretty good. I was just... Yeah, I was literally just talking to some people today, and I really hope they don't kill Thor in this movie, because I know that they have this thing where they're trying to make these new younger characters rise up, but Thor needs to be the last remaining original Avenger to be alive. Like, yeah. Yeah, no. The point is that he lives long enough so that he becomes so powerful that when Doctor Doom shows up, he's just, like, insane. Like, as much as I'm excited for Jane to be in as a part of Mighty Thor and be in this new movie, I need to see Thor, like, be on levels of power like he was in Infinity War and Ragnarok, but, like, even higher at this stage. Like, just have him come back and just, like... Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, like, they just need to have him blast gore, like, crazily. That one shot where they're gonna fight looks awesome, though. I love that they're fighting in the black and white realm. That idea, whoever came up with that, whether that was Taika Waititi or whoever suggested that, I think it looks sick. I have a feeling that this movie is going to end with a tease for the future of the MCU Spider-Man storyline. Yeah, so my theory is, and me and Hunter kind of talked about this a couple times, I think they're going to reveal that Gore's sword that he uses is connected to the Necro sword. Yep. Yeah, I think they're going to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if we got like a Thanos level Null cameo in one of the end credit scenes and be like, oh, join us for... Oh yeah, that's mid... And dude, if you're gonna bring the 3 Spider-Man back for something big, why would you not do the Symbiote Planet storyline? Like, I mean, it sounds like Tom Hardy's gonna be facing off against a Spider-Man in Venom 3. So you can set up probably Andrew Garfield facing off against Tom Hardy's Venom, so that all 3 of them have fought an alien, right? And then send them to space. Like, could you imagine? Like, I want a Symbiote Planet. Yeah. Those are things I think the Marvel needs to go back to doing, is like, just... Yeah, like, make us... I need that Thanos feel again. Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, if literally the if literally Wakanda for well, so this is my thing. So if Wakanda Forever is a terrible movie, right, and I have to sit through for like 2 hours and it just isn't good, right? Like maybe it's Miss Marvel bad or whatever, right? And then literally the end credit scene is Doom sitting on a throne opposite like the Wakandans or wherever it is, where his throne is, and we're in Latveria. I won't forgive the movie, but I'll say that, wow, what an experience for at least good end credit scenes. Like that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Doom is at least appearing once in that movie, so... It'd be cool to see Namor. I'm down for Namor. I'm down for the whole idea of doing the Wakanda versus Atlantis rivalry. Like, I think that's a really good storyline. Like, so you could definitely do it well. Man, Dooku is really being... Yeah. Well, I'm hoping... Kevin Feige said something that we're going to be getting some announcements very soon about, like, the next... What did he say? The next 5 to 6, like, big MCU, like, future, basically. Like, I think he said the plans for the next 5 to 6 years for Marvel, he's already planned out, apparently. So, I'm hoping that it's going to be, for one, in 5 years, if not a little before, they got to do Secret Wars. And then, yeah. Could you imagine if that's how they were gonna gate open? Like, what if that's not for Doctor Strange 3 and that's to gate open Secret Wars? That would be crazy. Yeah. You have the army of the Reds over there, man. You got like Crimson everything. Oh, I was just saying, imagine if they like go that route. Like, what if that teased instead of being saved for Doctor Strange 3? What if that is literally the plan to set up Secret Wars? Like, that'd be crazy. I'm going after Maul right now. Where's your anticipation, like, especially because we want to measure expectations because we don't know really what we're gonna get? Are you getting pretty hyped for like the finale? Like, are you ready to see how this all ends and goes down? Or are you kind of like, it's gonna be mid, like, yeah? Yeah, this is...
I'm not expecting a 12-minute fight.
Yeah. Here's what this is. Honestly, I'll tell you this. I won't set expectations, but I'll say, instead of setting expectations, I'll say what I'm hoping for. Okay, I'm hoping that not only we get a cool fight, like a lot of people are going to be like, it's on Mustafar, it's got to have Revenge of the Sith level expectations, right? I know we can't ever get a fight like Revenge of the Sith between Vader and Obi-Wan because of where Vader and Obi-Wan are at in their lives. You know, you can't replicate the flips and the kicks and all that craziness, you know, because they're older and Vader being in the suit has limitations. But all I will ask, this is an ask for everyone at Lucasfilm, not that this fight is bad, but just because this is the only fight that we're gonna have at the end of the day after this fight, right? Because we've never had a fight besides the A New Hope fight between Vader and Obi-Wan at their height of their power, right? Just give us a cool Vader, a full-formed Vader versus Obi-Wan fight, you know? Like, just so that we can accept that, like, in A New Hope, when Vader wins and Obi-Wan moves to the, as a Force Ghost, let us accept that, you know? Like win or lose, I just want to see the two of them finally go at it. Yeah, Qui-Gon is hopefully definitely happening as well. I'm really hoping for a, I know everyone wants to see badass, like, lightsaber fights. I really hope that this fight is, like, one thing I'll say while I enjoyed Episode 3 is one thing I really am hoping that we get, like Episode 3 of the Obi-Wan show, not Revenge of the Sith, right? One thing I've been thinking about lately is I really need there to be dialogue between the two of them in their fight. You know, like, I really need to have that emotion, kind of like when we did the Revenge of the Sith, Anakin versus Obi-Wan, you know? Like, just kind of having that, like it was cool to hear the, what have you become, you know, and then what you made me, but I need more, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I would love to see something, like, I want to hear Obi-Wan. Yep, yeah. I just feel like with their history, especially now with those flashbacks, they need to give us that, like, while they're facing off, there needs to be a conversation. Like, and I really hope that because of the angle that they've been playing, because even Reva was saying, like, you don't want to kill Vader, right? Like, I hope that they get to the point of, like, they show that Obi-Wan has been still struggling with the fact that he needs to deal with Vader in a way without killing him, you know? Like we know they're gonna. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I do like the idea that we obviously know. Oh, I got third on that game. Not bad. I was the only one on our team besides Ray that got on the board. That's crazy. Yeah, I got 10. Wow, I did a good game. That's a good first game for me. I got 10 kills that game. 5, yeah, I see. I wasn't going to bring it up, but it's all good. It was, like we always talk about, it's only the first game. Of course. I didn't want to bring it up because I honestly was like, you're going to be always dark side? Okay, Grievous. Yeah, I just feel like, I'm just hoping for, like, especially because for the most part I've really enjoyed this show. I like what we've gotten. Like, there are little criticisms here and there, but I just want a good finale. That's the one thing I'll say. As cool as it was to see Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett, we need a good Star Wars finale. There's not been a good Star Wars TV show finale since Mando Season 2. And I want that. And we have the potential to get that good finale. And honestly, I'll be completely honest, as cool as it would be to see the Inquisitors do really cool things, which is what everyone's hoping for in the finale, I'm still way more interested in the idea of getting, because they've marketed this entire show about Vader and Obi-Wan's final clash, you know, they, like, from the start. So I really hope that everything that they've hyped up, everything they've said, because when a lot of people thought about the show from the beginning, they saw that duel in Episode 3 and it kind of left a bad taste in their mouth, because they thought that was the duel that everyone was talking about, right? And of course, now we know that that's not what they're talking. No, it's not. But I'm just saying from the standpoint of, like, with the expectations. Well, I heard. Well, so I had thought they were going to go to the route that maybe like they were hinting at that it would at least be 2, and then there was potential of more if they did more. But I think 2. I think 2 where one where Obi-Wan just gets absolutely destroyed, and then Vader just sees him as weak was very essential. And then this last one, like I've talked about, I know you're not an anime guy, but I think you're going to see a Dragon Ball level fight, because since you can't make, so Anakin as a Jedi was one of the reasons why the Revenge of the Sith duel is so good is Obi-Wan and Anakin were at great physical peak in that fight on Mustafar. You know, they were able to do flips and kicks and all these amazing things, right? But with this timeline, we're seeing how powerful in the Force Vader is in the Obi-Wan show, right? So you would expect that if we can't go with the crazy flips and stuff, we're gonna get like a powerful Force battle between the two of them. Like, I'm gonna expect that obviously the saber stuff will be cool and essential because it is a lightsaber duel, but I think there'll be some pretty cool Force moves, that maybe even a few Force moves that we haven't seen yet, you know, because Vader is very powerful and Obi-Wan's very powerful. So I'll be very interested to see. Honestly, in terms of length, I don't need the fight to be long. I just need it to be a good fight that I'm happy with at the end of the day, and that we get the clarity to the line of that we get the clarity of the line that what was it called? Vader says to Luke when Luke says there's still good in you in Return of the Jedi, right? And then Vader says, Obi-Wan once thought as you do. And that line is going to have so much more meaning after this finale, I feel. And I hope that they do it. I hope they really just show Obi-Wan like he's fighting Vader, but he's holding back that restraint of knowing, like, because here's the thing, I think I agree with you with what you said, where Vader's in this fight to kill. You know, if he's now fighting a strong Obi-Wan, he wants to kill him. This is what he's waited for, right? But on Obi-Wan's side, I think he just wants to separate the idea of Vader and Obi-Wan, or the Vader and Anakin. He wants to get Anakin back because he thinks at this state there's still a chance he can bring him back. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly think Vader's gonna. I honestly. Right. I think the thing that's gonna make it that he's not saving him is, so remember when George Lucas did Revenge of the Sith, they had debates constantly over over basically when they showed Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting. Obi-Wan never sees Anakin's Sith eyes, you know. So I'm hoping just what I think. Yeah, I think he's cut up with his mask and he's gonna see it, and then I would like one part of the fight to be Vader and Obi-Wan fighting in an intense struggle where Vader has half of his mask sliced, just so that you can see Obi-Wan's like, this is it. This is the person that you trained, and he is gone. Because when you're looking at Vader in the mask, you're seeing the mask, you're seeing the Sith as what they are. But looking at your old apprentice's face would just wreck you. Like, truly seeing how far he's fallen. I just think that's... Oh, is he ganging on you? I had Yoda's jumping on me, but I was going some pretty ham moves with Vader right here. I'm not setting high expectations. I just want it to be awesome. Yeah, I'm not expecting high expectations. I just want it to be good. I mean, if I was gonna say something for sure, the bar is already really high from episode 5. I do hope, as a fan of Star Wars, right? I do hope to walk out of this finale. I don't need this to be the best episode of the I don't need this to be the best episode of the show. But if it was, writing and every other aspect of it, I would be completely happy with everything being just great.
If it's not better than 5, it's gotta be the second best.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be second best. Like, yeah, for me, all I really need is just, I want them to pay attention to the things. Like, I don't care what they do with the Riva stuff and whatever they do with the Inquisitors, as long as they keep it canon is fine. I just feel like they've overhyped so much with the involvement of Hayden Christensen in this show, and like, so the Anakin Vader stuff, if it's true he's really in the suit, they gotta like fully commit to that, you know, like they gotta really show us that these two, like, and hearing about so long about that, even Kathleen Kennedy, I know we can't always trust what Kathleen Kennedy says, but just the fact that everyone's like, the only reason we did this, that we would do, that we would get to see, you know, we ask ourselves why we do this, but we're doing this rematch. We set up this rematch of a century, and they keep saying that word, not just rematch, to say rematch of the century. And I've been trying to not hype myself up and see what that means for itself. But I think it's just going to mean that it's going to be just this epic spectacle that we've been expecting, you know. Because if I've been honest, as much as it was cool to get lightsaber action in episode 5 from seeing an Inquisitor fight Vader, this show so far, and has, outside of the flashbacks, we haven't really gotten that prequel energy that we want from the show, you know. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we have to appreciate it as its own thing. I still would like, because Hayden said that when he spoke specifically about him and Obi-Wan, he said that there were prequel elements, you know. So I'm just hoping that their fight, it doesn't have to mirror the Revenge of the Sith one, but just make it a worthy rematch, right? Like, one thing I will say about the Revenge of the Sith fight, as much as I love it and it's super choreographed and super great, it feels so even in, like, between of how powerful these two dudes are, and then Obi-Wan gets a cheap trick and one-ups Vader, right? So I'm hoping that I know they've kind of already, like, showed us that he's already powerful again, but I'm actually really hoping when they do this duel that for 2/3 of the fight, as much as this is the Obi-Wan show, while I don't think we'll get Obi-Wan getting burned again or any of the way that things are going, I would like to see Obi-Wan getting his ass whooped in the beginning because of the lack of training and not doing what he's been doing, right? Like, fighting stormtroopers and doing the things that he did in episode 4 and 5 is one thing, but fighting Vader is that whole other thing, you know? Like, how's it going to look when you have someone who is literally lifting ships and bringing them down out of the air versus someone who's just rediscovering their powers? Like, what's your take on that? Are you kind of waiting for the, like...
I think, I don't know, it's interesting because, like, we know when we're on top, but, like, is he really going to get that, like, good when I come in, alongside of, like, 3 or 4 minutes? Like, I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think of.
Like, I'm okay with them making him strong if they give a reason for him to just start lashing out and becoming strong. But I want the beginning of the fight to be Obi-Wan just realizing kind of how hopeless in his, like, skill mode that he is at this moment. Like, being that this is a show and our main character is Obi-Wan, yeah, let him struggle and be challenged. Like, let Vader really throw him around and really just kind of, like, just beat him, and then let and then let him step in and like. I'm still hoping. I want to set my expectations for Qui-Gon because nobody really has any reliable information of Qui-Gon appearing. But if the show, with the fact that they keep showing him meditating to him, if they don't do Qui-Gon and we don't get anything with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, it was then. Yeah.
2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, third that game. Nice. Yeah, but with those 2 or 3 episodes that when they I get number 1 on our team last time. How is that even possible? I only had 6 kills. The other guy had 12. Wow, but I guess my scores were higher. Yeah, I think, sorry again, but when you said you'd play Fortnite, did you mean that today or another day? Any day you want. Yeah, I feel, yeah, well, yeah, if we shoot, yeah, if you're still going to be in that stream, we'll definitely be running. Yeah, I feel like, my whole thing with it is just, yeah, it's good to see the character struggle, and I think it's very important to see that, and of course, everyone wants it.
I think there's always got to be a reason behind everything.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like there's a reason behind the Qui-Gon stuff, so they have to answer that. That's, I think, the biggest...
They're setting it up for some reason.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that they intend to, that gives them at the end of the recap, and they said,
Yep.
trying to have more to pay it off.
Yeah, and what do we...
There's no way they don't pay it off.
They have to pay it off. They have to pay it off. Like, I keep hearing Deborah Chow talk about, like, yeah. Yeah, they'd have to come up with a really stupid reason for why they don't pay it off, because I really don't think Obi-Wan beats Vader unless he has some form of encouragement from someone that he really needs that connection to the Force. You know, like we're seeing him get hopeful, but I think if we get like what's rumored to be, which is that he hears Qui-Gon while he's getting his ass kicked by Vader, and then you kind of have that moment where like, I'd kind of like a moment where kind of like how, almost similar to how he dies in A New Hope, where he's like blocking Vader's blows, right? And then you just have like, you hear the voice, you hear Liam Neeson say something along the lines of like, I've always been with you, and then Obi-Wan just gets this like spur of like hope. Yep. Yep. Or like say something like, I know the boy's weakness, you know it too. And then he just thinks immediately about Padme and goes, because I think the thing is, Vader is a powerful figure, but if Vader's rage unbalances him and Obi-Wan's in perfect defensive mode, I don't think there's any way Vader comes back from that. Because Obi-Wan at his strongest term of defense, yeah. That's why I hope it's true about the whole Padme thing being thrown in Vader's face, because if that is true, that would definitely make him pissed off. that would definitely, could you imagine if he's just like, if Obi-Wan's like, I was there when Padme died, and the last thing she said was, there's still good in him. There's still good in you, Anakin. And I think at this point, Vader's going to be, because here's the thing we have to remember, okay? Every time that, since they've seen each other in this show, the last conversation they had, Obi-Wan was so terrified of him, he didn't get to address him as his former Padawan. You know? So, like, in this fight, to really be able to, like, have them fight and then him just, like, be like, Anakin, I think Vader would just be, like, going ballistic. Like, I think he's gonna hear that name and he's gonna go, like, so he'll say something along the lines of like, you don't call me that, I'm not him, or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, Anakin's been dead inside ever since I killed those kids. Like, he just, like, something along the lines of like, super crazy, just, yeah, he's gonna go ham. And I hope that the reason that, like, as cool as it was to see him use the Inquisitor saber, I hope that the reason that they've been holding back with him not using his actual saber outside of when he fought a little bit, I do hope that when he fights Obi-Wan, I know that it was cool to see him do the iconic Luke strikes to Obi-Wan that Luke does to him in Return of the Jedi. I do hope that we see an actual flow of form within Vader's limitations in the finale. You know, like when he fights Obi-Wan, hopefully when he's doing his moves, it actually feels like I'm not expecting Anakin spins or anything crazy, but just like that kind of like raw rage, like feeling him swing it, like imagine like doing it like he does it in Rogue One, but instead of stopping blaster bolts and all those and killing rebels, he's striking his old master. You know, I want him to be fast. I want it to be like he's just moving at such a quick pace, and you get that intimidation. Like, I think that's just gonna be really cool, just to see that.
This is probably not gonna happen because this is like one of the more ideas. Is if Obi-Wan starts to taunt him and like starts giving him advice like they did when they used to spar.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
What he's doing, like telling him what he's doing wrong and like what he can do better. Like that would be like awesome.
I personally, I don't think this will ever happen. I personally would love it because I just like the progression of story and how things change. I would love it if during the fight we got something where Vader actually, while he doesn't entirely win the fight, if early in the fight Vader does something so, because I love the little shades of Anakin within Vader that this show has given us. So it'd be so cool to see something cheeky like him standing on a platform and like front kicking Obi-Wan and being like, see, now I have the high ground. Like just something like that. Like, wouldn't that be great if that actually happened? Like, that would have been amazing. Just like him just being so.
Joe, listen to me. If Vader makes Anakin kind of reach the high ground,
Yeah.
if Obi-Wan or Vader make Anakin kind of reach the high ground, I will pay you $20.
You know what would be the best reference to it is if it goes. What? I mean, you would have to hope that the people writing this show know that a majority of people that love the prequels, right, are obsessed with not just that Revenge of the Sith is memeable, but because those lines actually mean so much to us as fans of those characters. You know, like, it's a funny moment, but that flashback really foreshadowed why that moment is so important. Like, and that's what I was thinking of about earlier today too, is like those things are so important. So I hope that they pay enough. Hey Ian, welcome to the stream. I hope they definitely pay enough attention to those things, because I think that's so important. Like, and I'm hoping that we get to see that kind of stuff. That's why I kind of was like, you know, rewatching Revenge of the Sith before this is going to be great, because you're going to get to see all these great moments and see it through the eyes of everything that we've been waiting for. What's your prediction runtime for this last episode, do you think?
124 minutes.
That's your prediction runtime?
Yeah.
So what does that make it? Is that an hour and something?
2 hours. 2 hours.
See, I never saw come. Yeah, oh, no worries. I will say if we get an episode, I'll say what I could obviously say what I would want the runtime to be. Here's what I think the runtime will be. I'll say this, because the longest episodes have been 59. I think, where's the donate button? I don't believe I have a donate button yet. But leaving, I know. No, but if you do want to leave a like and subscribe, it would be incredibly appreciated. What's it called? Yeah, I just feel like I think it will probably be, my best guess is it's got to be at least longer than any of the 50-minute episodes, right? So, because it's finale. I will low-key, if I see the thumbnail that says 30 minutes, like, I'm still going to watch the finale, but I will be really, I'll set my expectations very low before we click that play button, because I'll be like,
I would imagine if it's just 30 minutes, your heart's just going to drop to the bottom. And like, it's going to be like,
that's the sad thing is like for a lot of people this is just like a cool Star Wars show, you know, but like for me this is really like one of my like bread and butter things of my childhood. So like some of these things being done right, like a lot of people feel like I've been biased to Obi-Wan as a show because of the fact that they know my history with it, but I really just want things to be good, you know, like these are the characters I like the most, and like the show hasn't been perfect for me, but I can be a little bit more optimistic than Aiden because I feel I've been with these characters longer, and I feel like they're doing, for the most part, they're doing very good justice with what I was expecting we were gonna get. Like, I can tell you this, I don't think 10-year-old me or even younger me would even ever imagined seeing Vader lift up a ship and then bring it to the ground. Like, the fact that we've gotten that already is pretty crazy. Because I did not think we would get that. I know, I'm trying. I would really hope for, I'm just really hoping, I mean, most finales, that's where I feel like a lot of people say, oh, runtimes don't matter, but I think they do. I would hope that we get... Yeah, I've been very happy with the Moon Knight, finale. I really have. I was very, with Moon Knight as a show, and I've been critical of a lot of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. I was very happy with Moon Knight. Like, I really, like, yeah, you could say like there were episodes that you would have liked more action or whatever. Like, there's certain things that you could say from just a fan of certain things, right? But for the most part, like, I saw a lot of people complain like, oh, there needs to be more action in the show. I was really happy with the finale. Third place again. Let's go. I'm. Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool, and it was also kind of like Marvel being cheeky at DC for a minute, being like, oh, we're gonna make the Wonder Woman 1984 thing at work. Yeah, which I was like, I kind of liked that. I think for me the biggest thing that I liked was, I don't think there's been anything in Marvel where we've gotten a legitimate kaiju battle, so I really appreciated that we got something on that scale, because I was like, oh, that's cool. It's something different, like. And I saw people complaining about like that it just everything in this finale felt goofy, and I was like, no, man, what are you talking about? This is awesome. Are we heroes or villains? I will be. I'm gonna be Yoda this game. Why not? I'm gonna upgrade Yoda's skills. He looks like he's got a new skill point. Oh, he's got a bonus health skill now? All right, why not? I'll upgrade that. Okay, what one is this? Yoda deals more damage with lightsaber strikes to enemy heroes. The area. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, bonus health for Yoda is always a good thing. Yeah, Ian, I don't think I have a donate. I don't think I have a donate button unless I'm using PC, from what I remember. I didn't have a Patreon made. I mean, I have other social media, but I don't have any Patreons. I'm working on it. I need a new, what's it called? I need to get a PC before I start a Discord. That will just be easier to do it that way. I had one for a while, but it wasn't working. So I can't do it. Not super tired yet, but just feeling a little bit of the vibe. I'll get some more drinks then. I agree. I'm very excited. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited for the red. I'm excited. I'm excited because a lot of people haven't seen my reaction to that movie, so it's going to be very awesome to have that feeling. So that movie just every time, like, I don't care if you're an original trilogy fan or whatever. Everyone's got their personal taste, but I don't know. I have this infinite love for that movie, no matter what anyone tells me. And then it was elevated further when Clone Wars' final season like made all those moments just beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it became more awesome for me. Like, even more over time, I just continued to love it. Like, there's everything about it I enjoy. I love how many lightsaber fights we have in the movie. I love a lot of the story stuff is really good. I love how emotional the Order 66 scenes feel. Like, just the music they have for that scene is like, every time I see that scene, that's a scene I definitely tear up at, just because you're seeing all these Jedi, especially with Clone Wars, you get to really know these Jedi. You're seeing all these Jedi that we've loved for so long just like die by the people that's what I loved about Clone Wars, is that you saw how much they trusted the clones, you know, like, and that yeah. Yep, exactly, because it's their programming, their chips are just forcing them. Yeah, that's why Rex has always been Rex is probably my favorite clone. Not only because he had such a close relationship to Anakin, but he just, well, yeah, but Jango's the OG. You don't have to, like Jango's a beast. I've always told myself that I always felt like when they made the clones, that when all the clones were made, Jango had a special connection to Rex, as like when all the clones were made for his DNA. I feel like Rex has the most things that like fully embrace like Jango as a character, you know? Like, despite serving the Republic and all the things, he's got the twin pistols. You sometimes see him rocking the jetpack. Like, I don't know, I just always feel like Rex is always so close to Jango. Just always kind of crazy to me. I always thought about that. But yeah, Jango's awesome. I love the Bounty Hunter game. Like, when you play the Bounty Hunter game, so that's an interesting question. I want to say, like, for the most part he has, because of what Jango has. The problem I run into is the books, they totally made him this ruthless character. And now Disney, like, even Tamron Morrison was kind of hoping that like he's even hoping for even Tamron's like, if they bring me back for Mando, I hope I actually just get to be badass Boba again, because like it sounds like he didn't even like playing the Boba that he had to in Book of Boba Fett. It really sucks that when they made that show that they went with the intent to make Boba soft. Yeah, it's not what we wanted with Boba Fett. I would have liked to see him be badass. There wasn't enough him being badass in the most. Like, I enjoyed the moments where him and Mando were like kind of fighting together. we don't want to see him as a noble leader. We want him as a badass bounty hunter. Like, here's the thing. If you're gonna make him a crime lord, make him a crime lord. Like when the Huts were trying to step on his territory, he should have barbecued them like there was no tomorrow. Like most Boba fans will know that Boba originally would never take shit from them. Like he would.
He wouldn't take shit from anybody.
Yeah. Oh, 4th place that time. Not bad. Yeah. He should have totally put them in their place. Like, he should have been like, yo. And like, I'm sorry, but the Pikes, they're not a threat. Like, yeah, they're not a threat. And I still don't understand the idea. Like, I heard, what was it? I saw the person. Well, if you go back to Clone Wars, the only reason the Pikes were used to be threatening is when Maul came up with the concept of, let's have multiple crime families and let's build one united group together. And that's what Crimson Dawn was meant to be. That's why, as much as people might not like the idea of more Maul and Disney utilizing more Maul, we need a Maul something. We need Maul, like, Crimson Dawn something. Yeah. I still agree with that point. Yeah, like, I don't care what anyone says. I think... Yep, unfortunately. You want to know something crazy about Solo that a lot of people don't know? On my Star Wars rankings, in terms of the spin-off movies and everything, I absolutely love Solo. Like, I don't know, that movie really worked for me. You didn't like it? Okay, I guess that's fair. I mean, to each their own. I guess I didn't love everything about it, but I liked the idea that when it... Yeah, I liked the... For me, I liked... Yeah, Woody Harrelson was good. I really liked the idea just that they were doing Crimson Dawn and they could have expanded further on it, and that would have been cool. My problem is they spent too much time dealing with, and I get it was a Han Solo movie, but I don't think they needed to explore the Han Solo stuff that they did, you know, like, right. Well, yeah, those were questions we didn't need. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they probably could have made that work. Yeah. I just think the problem is they played their cards too late in the story. When the movie was about dealing with Crimson Dawn, that was when it was the most interesting. Oh, really? That's interesting.
I mean, look, it was a fun movie, and I like it for its enjoyability. Is it a good Star Wars movie?
Yeah, I didn't say it was a good Star Wars movie. I just said I enjoyed it for the most part. I think for me,
It's enjoyable. I can rewatch it if I wanted to.
I think the thing that was really yeah. I think the thing that's enjoyable for me was just not only having characters like Dryden Voss be so good, but then just leading up to Maul, and then that's the thing I hate is if they would have actually, like, fair enough, like, if they would have just done all the stupid things they did in the wrap up for everything, then I would have been like, okay, yeah. Like, when I think about that movie, I just look at it as, like, we need the Crimson Dawn stuff to happen. If the Crimson Dawn stuff would happen, that would be the movie people want to actually see. Like, honestly, I just want a movie or TV show where Maul is doing what Boba Fett does, but instead of being a noble leader, he's like the Godfather. You know, like, I just want to see Maul, like, just sit there in the chair and be like, and people tell him dumb ideas. Yeah. So what basically happened is, what happened initially was when he decided that Palpatine wanted to disband, didn't like that he had an apprentice because it violated the rule 2, right? He decided, okay, well, I'm not gonna be a Sith. Yeah. And what I think is really cool is while he was intelligent as a Padawan to Palpatine, I think what was really cool was when he was the crime lord, you were really seeing his potential. And when you get to the final season of the final season of Clone Wars, you even see, like, even in the end, his end goal was still to stop Palpatine no matter what. Like he actually knew that Anakin needed to be stopped before anyone did. And he's just like, we gotta take this dude down.
I just thought of this really interesting concept. I don't know if it'll happen, but here's the thing. Obi-Wan and Darth Maul at the time of, let's say,
Yep.
both have the same kind of agenda.
Yeah.
They're not for the Empire.
Yeah.
What if they teamed up?
It's possible.
I know, like, they both have it out for each other because they could start off as like, you know, having, like, fucking hate each other. But, I mean, they both have common enemies, right? I think it could possibly work. I don't know. I don't know if that's what people would want to see, but it's an interesting concept.
I just feel like we have this so much time before the fact that George Lucas chose to bring Maul back and Dave Filoni, I think that area of time has only really briefly been, like, Clone Wars touched on things, but there's more that we can get, and I think we deserve to get more, because I still think, while I enjoy Phantom Menace for what it is, we need something where the people that don't read the books or the comics or the video games are right, they understand how Maul is this great character. Like, what I like about the idea...
It's kind of a big task for the showrunners is that not everyone's caught up, not everyone watches Clone Wars, not everyone watches the episodes, not everyone watches...
See, that's why I like having Dave Filoni on board when he did, like, episodes of Mando and stuff, because he doesn't care if people hadn't watched it. He can find a way to make it still make sense, and he's gotten people to go and go watch it. Yeah. 'Cause that's what he... Like, I liked how he, in Mando Season 2, he found a way to make Bo-Katan and all these other characters make sense, and made people interested in using them. Like, and I think that was the whole point, was like, okay, how do we make these characters make sense and people interested in them who have never seen them before? Like, I know it's hard to believe, but there are people out there that didn't know who Ahsoka was until she showed up on Mando. Like, and they probably have her in, like, their top favorite characters now. I know.
No, honestly, because Mandalorian was the type of show that a lot of, like, mainstream, like, regular show watchers watch. Like, it's a huge show.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of the mainstream...
I think Mandalorian, better or worse, it's one of those, I don't know, it's like one of those shows where a lot of casual people watched it, even if they knew nothing whatsoever, they just watched it because it was on top of the world. It was like,
And
it was like Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, you know, those kind of, like, trigger things, that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Like,
And the way that...
no other, like, not even a Marvel show was that big.
Yeah, I think the way that starts out is just, like, kind of the crazy thing about it is not only was it you're getting casual viewers, but you got casual viewers because of the fact that they had a hook. Like once people had seen the show, I think a lot of people, especially you're a guy in his 40s, got a girlfriend, right? Oh, your girlfriend doesn't want to watch Star Wars. Okay. Oh, look at this cute little Baby Yoda over here. Yeah. And then that was the hook. I still think that's the reason. I think having that's why I think with the sequels, I think as much as there were missteps, they pushed so heavily. And even now in some of the shows, like in Obi-Wan, we got Lola. They want to push those cute characters on people because one, they want to sell toys, and two, they want to like, hey, look at this thing.
Yeah.
Like that for me is just.
The thing is, another thing is, Force Awakens, I said I did really, really well in the box office because it caught people's attention. But I think the problem is, by The Last Jedi, everyone's kind of lost interest because they changed it. If anything, they made it work for themselves because they kind of killed off Luke and shit. Like, that's not what people wanted to see. So, it's just.
This is the thing that I don't understand is, yeah. I'm honestly surprised that Harrison Ford wasn't the only one that came back. 'Cause I could see Harrison Ford being the one to come back and be like, yeah, you'll kill me? Cool, this is what I've always wanted, right? But then why? Yeah. Yeah, my thing is.
All three of them, in an era where they're making a bunch of these movies with like Cast and China, like Jurassic World, Matrix, and Ghostbusters, none of those three actually met face to face anytime soon. Like all three of them.
I said that that's one of the biggest things, and I know that obviously that Carrie, that she died because of everything that happened and health and whatever, but they had this extra footage of them. Why didn't JJ or anyone film anything with them together? That was the whole point that people wanted. Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
Too warm.
And, it's not too late. We
You're
have
too warm.
a bunch of these amazing showrunners and directors coming in, and I think that whatever comes after the sequels, I really like that it's good. I love your idea of space pirates.
Yeah.
So just the sequels, I think that's the thing we need to see.
Yeah.
Give us some fresh material. Like I love Obi-Wan, I love Darth Vader, I love seeing all these Ahsoka, but I'm ready. I'm ready for some new content.
That's the thing that sucks is I would have loved the future to be so good with the sequels, because like it's cool to have the old characters. I would have liked the old characters been utilized in a way that when, like, the other thing I don't understand is like you're gonna bring Luke back, but you're not gonna make Luke like, yeah, he mentored Rey for parts of one movie, but they have all this potential like rivalry between what happened between Luke and Kylo Ren, right? And Adam Driver is such a talented actor. Why wouldn't you have them really face off instead of have this fake showdown? Like they built this tension between them, and then there just wasn't there. It's ridiculous. And like, I just can't stand the idea that like when they did the throne room scene, they're pretty much recreating the Return of the Jedi a throne scene, right? So I love that they're doing it, but I think that I love the scene for what it is, but I still think that the idea of like when they're talking about like Luke, like Snoke's like, oh, we're gonna go to Luke's home planet and take him out, right? I I would have loved Luke to just have walked in and like just because they were setting up Snoke and him for having history too, so I would have liked to see like the thing I still hate is just and this whole obsession about the whole thing about using the leading into Rey and Kylo Ren just being like dyads, just oh my god, like why? I wish they would have made them characters, but like not made them romantically interested in each other, not made them like one of them. Yep. My thing is, you could have saved this trilogy if not to discredit Daisy Ridley because she is a good actress, right? But if you wanted to, if you were going to save this trilogy, I get they wanted to get away from the Skywalker saga, but Ben was a Solo. You could have still made new content with Ben Solo. Like, I still think that at the end, if I rewrote episode 9, Ben lives and you have a great next trilogy. Yeah. Because if we're not going to be able to get a Luke leading a temple, right? Why couldn't we get like Ben Solo on adventures with Chewie and then also a storyline where he had his own like new Jedi temple? You know, like I was down with the fact that with the story, as much as I loved the idea of Kylo Ren as a Vader fan, dark side user, one thing I'll give 9 credit for, as much as it's rushed and they didn't do it right, I love the idea that much like Anakin, Ben can get that redemption. I just wish it was earned. And they did it right. And I'm still so pissed about the fact that they killed him, because out of as much as I could have seen good potential from Poe and Finn, my favorite character of the sequels was Ben Solo. I loved the idea. Yeah. Yeah, it just... Well, the thing that I think is so sad in this, and I know people made this criticism, and this is not saying Hayden Christensen was a bad actor in any way, right? But I saw a lot of people saying that when they took the mask off Ben, it was like Hayden Christensen 2.0, and I'm never going to go that far and say anything that with Hayden Christensen was bad, because I love Hayden Christensen, right? But I will say that the idea of having a character with the conflicted soul and like where they could have led with it and actually done things with it could have been incredible. Like, it would have been great. Like, here's my thing, okay? If they would have said Rey was a Palpatine and then Palpatine didn't come back, right? But then Rey is just the villain, that would be a far more successful end to a trilogy. You know? Like, if... And if you're gonna make it, and if you're gonna make her interesting, like the most interesting version of Rey that we ever saw in the trilogy was when we saw flashes of her on the dark side, because I think that she.
Holy shit!
You just got smoked.
No, I just fucking.
Yeah. I just feel like she was the character that if they needed to change something about the trilogy, they needed to make it where Ben had his turn and then she took over, because that would have worked. And also, one of my biggest criticisms, no matter what people will say, I'm going to say something bold. Well, I know a lot of people find her annoying. One thing I will say that they've been able to do with Reva for me that they haven't been able to do with previous characters is it's nice to have a I know she's not a villain because I'm sure she'll probably turn at some point, but it's nice to have a female villain presence again, because we haven't had that in live action, you know? Like, so for me, well, yes, there are things that are said that are annoying, that annoy people, but for the most part, yeah. I love that there's a female that I hate and I can't wait to watch get stabbed multiple times. Like, yeah. Yeah, I honestly love every week looking forward to just being like, oh my gosh, is she gonna die? Is she gonna do something stupid and someone's gonna get pissed at her? Like, I love it. I live for it, and it's cool. And like, I feel like one thing that I just like, I've been waiting for that next Ventress to appear, and unfortunately they haven't scratched the surface on that, which really sucks, because I really think honestly, one of my biggest regrets with the sequel trilogy, and I think this is mostly because George Lucas wasn't there to make it, is, dude, if they would have brought Mara Jade into canon, the sequel trilogy would have been amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got my hopes up when they announced, what was her name, Carrie Russell, who ended up being Zori. My eyebrows kind of raised a little bit when they made that announcement, because I was like, is this it? Are they gonna finally, they kill Luke, so they bring in Mara finally? And I'm like, that could be interesting. And then she's just some random, oh, you don't know Mara Jade? So, in the books, when Legends was created, Luke gets married to the Emperor's right hand. Yeah, and she's a very interesting character. Like, not only did they have a cool relationship, but see, that's why another reason why Luke living would have been good. There's so much potential with his character to still be around. And like, yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, and that's the thing. The sequels were the yeah. Here's what I don't understand. I don't agree with that criticism, as like they will always say like, well, he's too old, right? Because here's my thing. Mark Hamill, like, I saw a picture the other day. Vincent D'Onofrio's in his 60s, and he was hitting the gym again, getting ready for Kingpin, right? So here's my thing. You saw how much they had Harrison Ford moving around as Han Solo in Force Awakens. There was no, I don't think there is any excuse that is acceptable for not using Luke in ways that they could have, especially nowadays, now that we have all these different ways to make things altered, right? There's no excuse that they couldn't have, like, had Mark Hamill come in for some intense training and have him film some crazy things. Like, they could have done it. It's not, I'm not holding off on the age, because Mark Hamill was in incredible shape for his age. And that's why I think even him, like, if you listen to his interviews during Last Jedi, he was already making me concerned because he was not happy with any of the directions with Luke. And one of the things that me and Zach got into it over when we talked about the sequel is I was saying, like, it's really cool to see in the Obi-Wan show, seeing Obi-Wan broken. My argument to him when he was talking, because he was defending the sequels, right? And I was like, I just don't think Luke would become, I can get behind him becoming broken, but I can only get behind it if they give us a valid reason for it, right? Like, so with Obi-Wan, I completely agree with what we're seeing because we lived through Order 66. We saw what happened. You know, we know why he is this man. I don't think a couple flashbacks and being told Ben Solo was going to be Vader, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's enough.
I don't know how anyone could think to Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, I just those decisions just don't sit with me. I'm just not.
I really want to know what. Do you remember everything Zach said? Like, do you remember what he had?
Oh, he was doing the typical critic stuff. It's a great Star Wars movie because it's made for critics and it's visually stunning and Rian Johnson's one of the greatest directors.
Yeah, but he wasn't looking at it as a Star Wars fan. He was looking at it as everything. Yeah, that makes sense because I mean, have you heard what his shows really are?
I've seen some of his. Yeah, they're all things that we've either just not seen or care about. That's the problem with Aiden being this.
They're all like Academy films, like
Yeah, that's the problem with Aiden. What I told him when he became a fan of Star Wars, you can't look at Star Wars in a critical sense unless you're a Star Wars fan. When we critique about things, it's things that are actually important in Star Wars, like the mistreating of Luke. That Star Wars fans have the right to talk about that because we are Star Wars fans and we know the character. You know, like that's. I agree with you. Only 2 decent fights for the son of Anakin is unacceptable. Like that's a complete. Like no. I am still kind of holding out hope because we have this deepfake technology that we're gonna get something with Luke and the Thrawn thing. Yeah. Well, the fact that John and Dave have been playing up the whole idea with Thrawn coming in for like some Mandalorian ending like trilogy like movie or whatever that they're gonna do, it kind of makes me think that they could be setting up that like as cool as it was to bring him in to like go and get Grogu, right? When you bring in Luke Skywalker at the end of the Mandalorian and then you bring Luke back in the episode of Book of Boba Fett, there clearly is a plan for Luke that they have. Because I just don't think you would bring him back for these little cameos just to be, like, yeah, I could see John and Dave maybe wanting to flex on Rian Johnson and be like, this is how Luke is, right? But also I could see Dave being the fan he is. He wants to give the fans what they want, and I think he plans to bring him back again. Like, yeah. I do wonder if there was a conversation with him about like, yeah, he does. I do wonder if there was a conversation because of his love for Plo Koon, like, yeah, nah, man, Dave Filoni better he better be the one like literally giving the speech at my wedding, because that's just everything I love about Star Wars. Like, George and Dave are the only ones I trust with Star Wars because they get it. We don't speak her name. I was literally talking, I think I was talking to Abby the other day, and I was like, if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't give up her emergency powers by Indy 5, she needs to be removed from office. Because that's what her contract is supposed to end, and no one's happy with the job she's doing. Good for you, Kiernan. Yeah, I think fresh ideas in storytelling is good. That's why I think the idea of the Old Republic era with the Acolyte is a really good idea to explore if they do it right, because it will give us characters that some of us know, but also we don't know enough about them.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I love the Mandalorian, because it felt refreshing. They have something new in the Star Wars universe, and that's my point on saying why.
Yeah.
My most hype thing
So apparently,
I'm excited for stuff. I'm excited for Acolyte, and I'm excited for Return of the Jedi because it's gonna be something. It's gonna be like a first of these new stories that like you don't know what to
yep.
expect. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
Yeah, I've been talking.
pushing stuff from Star Wars.
Yeah, I've been talking about that show a lot lately because I just got a scoop today about apparently it doesn't just sound like Jude Law is going to be in it. It sounds like Millie Bobby Brown might be leaving, not leaving because Stranger Things is finishing, but it sounds like she got offered another big TV job again. Because it sounds like she's either going to be in Skeleton Crew, which is already being said to be Star Wars in the Stranger Things, like Stranger Things in the Star Wars universe. But then there's also the idea that apparently she might, either, if she's not in that, she's in Taika Waititi's new Star Wars movie, because that's gaining some momentum right now as well. When he said that it was going to be new characters that we hadn't seen in nothing with the sequel trilogy, I was very excited. So I'm very interested to see.
That's why I'm excited for that Bruce Tickler show.
It's not happening. Get it out of your system. I think for me, in as much as Mandalorian has been fresh and there's been super cool things that are fresh, I'm hoping that we get a Star Wars project soon where, like, yeah, we get some of it from Thrawn and a bunch of other things. I really want to see, one of the reasons why I wanted to make my book, right, is I want a new Sith that isn't connected to anyone's previous heritage, you know? Like, I don't want to hear about Palpatine. I don't want to hear about Vader.
At the same time, only a Sith has to be connected.
Well, yeah. Well, so, like, here's the thing. Like, connected, yes. But I don't want them to be, like, completely carbon copies of just trying to redo the same characters, but differently. You know? Like,
I kind of get you, yeah.
yeah, like I want something fresh, but I don't, but yeah.
Then what would you do, like, if you had complete control over it, what would you do?
If I had complete control of it, I would do something like maybe like instead of going the parentage route, maybe there was a time where, say, this wouldn't be 100% the case, but maybe Maul had like another apprentice, and this apprentice was someone that was connected, but he wasn't family related, right? And he was just, you do something interesting, something that people wouldn't expect. Like, one thing I always thought about, one of the reasons why I really wanted to see Mace Windu in the sequel trilogy is I really like the idea that Mace, because he kind of had shown hints of the dark side and the light side, he would be one of the people that you wouldn't expect to defy the council, but he could have had his secrets, you know? So I really, as much as there was no real evidence of it, I really like the idea of if there was going to be a character connected to another character, I really wanted Finn to be a Windu. I really wanted that to be the thing. Like, I was really kind of, if you're going to do a connection to a character, the Windus was the family to do it, because we don't know that much about that heritage outside of Mace. You know, it would have been a total fresh, interesting idea. And we could go back and forth about why Finn needed to be the Jedi in that sequel trilogy for days, but I mean, that's, at the end of the day, unfortunately, we didn't get that. Even John Boyega is pissed about that, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure both Oscar and John guess that the character is truly underutilized. And this is what I've been always saying, man. They should have made Finn the Jedi. And they should
Yep.
they should have make him more of a Han Solo. Like, sure, he was a good pilot. Was he anything more than that? Not really.
And one of the cool things about the Finn being a Jedi thing is, like, in Force Awakens, even though he did lose the fight, they laid the groundwork for him, because it was believable that while he struggled with a lightsaber, it was believable that he had the heart of a Jedi and that he could, yeah.
Really was not doing that bad.
Like honestly, I was pissed because honestly, when they did the trailers for that movie, I was honestly like, the trailers had me so hyped because I was like, I couldn't wait to see that duel between Kylo Ren and Finn because they both looked like they were going to be so intimidating. And then you see Rey's a part of it in the movie, and you're like, I don't care about this character. I don't care that she's so powerful. And I told people this, and nobody believed me. I knew from the very moment of Force Awakens when Rey fought Kylo Ren with the rage and intent that she had. There's one scene where she does one of Palpatine's moves in Force Awakens, right? So before we even got Rise, like, when Ryan went the whole route, like, oh, Rey's a nobody, right? Like, makes Kylo Ren say, like, you know, she came from nothing. I was like, oh, nice cover-up, but we all know that's going to get changed, because I believed since Force Awakens, Rey was 100% a Palpatine. Like, I knew she was a Palpatine. I knew it in everything. Because there's that one scene where she... And here's my thing. If yeah.
I guessed it, and you guessed it. I didn't know going into the movie. Who the fuck did?
I'm trying to shoot these turrets.
I had no clue. But during the movie, it was so. Even before she did it, I'm like, they have to like connect her to someone somehow, and I know they're not going to do Skywalker. It's going to be too obvious in the morning.
Yeah, I wish they would have just, I wish if they were going to make her, if it was going to be Rey Palpatine the entire time, I wish they would have ran with it from the beginning. Like, if, like, okay, she's a Palpatine, okay, she takes over. If I redid the sequel trilogy, movie 1, yeah. I mean, if I redid the sequels, Force Awakens would probably be a very different movie. I still would probably have Kylo Ren in the... I wouldn't change too much, but I would do little subtle things that would set the trilogy up. Like, I would make...
Just do more with Finn and, like, do less with Rey.
Yep, exactly. And I would make... I think I would make Kylo Ren turn sooner in the story. Like, I think maybe he would be on the dark side in Force Awakens still, and then instead of making him turn in Rise, I think the second act of Last Jedi, I think I would have him turn, just because I think that would be the best way to do it. And I think what I would do, because we're trying to respect the characters, and it just makes more sense because of Carrie Fisher's state and everything that happened. I think I would have Leia die in Last Jedi, and then, or, well, not die, but she would somehow have to give herself, her life force to the Force, right? And Ben would see that, and that would be his moment to know who he's always been meant to be. Because I really do like, yeah, like I do like the concept of, like, one of the things I'll give Rise is I always love the concept in that trilogy of Kylo Ren feeling like he sees, redeeming himself and seeing the Skywalker lightsaber and going, oh my gosh, that belongs to me. Like, this is my lightsaber. Yeah.
This is my legacy.
Yeah.
It's completely different, like, series.
Yeah, like, and I just like that. I would definitely make Ben Solo. I would.
It's way better because you're also perverting expectations. Whereas people would have thought Rey would have been a good dad, it turned out she is a villain, and Kylo Ren is just a Jedi.
And then I would make 9 like, I think what I would do is, because he killed Han Solo, but he, yeah. Oh, that's not good. I played as Obi-Wan, so I must have played as someone that I haven't been using very often. Yeah, I know that. I think I would have made the last movie basically, like, obviously there'd be big things that happened in it, but I would go for a one of the concept art I saw for Ben Solo that I really liked was they made Ben Solo when he turned to the light side, he was originally gonna, like, look like Han Solo, where he'll have the blaster and the lightsaber, and then him and Chewie would go on adventures. I've always wanted to go back to that Ralph McQuarrie original concept of like where Han Solo originally was meant to be a Jedi before they came up with the idea of Luke Skywalker. So I would have made Ben that way because Harrison Ford was never going to go for that, you know. So I would have liked to see through Ben, like after he talks to his mom and has that realization. I think because one thing that I do not agree with is the fact that it was so easy for him to kill his dad, and they make his dad the thing that brings Ben back to the light. I hate that, and I hate there's no way that it's believable for Han Solo to be any aberration or Force ghost whatsoever. You know, like I don't know how much they had to pay him to get that scene shot, but that was stupid. Because everyone knows, and I don't care how. I don't care. I don't know if it was Kathleen Kennedy, if it was JJ, and they didn't think of it, or maybe JJ just hated the prequels when he rewrote that, and he told Kathleen they weren't going to do it. But that was the moment when Rey leaves Ben there stabbed, right? That was where you way before the Obi-Wan show is. That is where you set our first redemption of Hayden Christensen as an actor for the Star Wars community. You have him come in, and he talks to Ben, and that would have been one of the greatest scenes ever.
Yeah.
And he would tell him something like, look man, I made these mistakes that you made, but it's not too late for you. Because if you really look at Ben Solo's arc, he didn't do anything entirely horrible outside of kill his father. Like, he didn't go as far as Anakin did, and Anakin was able to come back. Like, that's super, like, that's super powerful, I think. And it would have been, and you could have had like something where, like, maybe because, you know, there's a whole thing with Palpatine was manipulating the Vader helmet. I would have liked to see Ben Solo realize that Anakin was the hero, not Vader. And it would have been cool to have that, where like he was just like, yeah, no, this is the real hero. I'm the person that was the hero, and I saved the day, and these are the things that you could have done. And Adam Driver is such a talented actor. Having him in, he needed to be the lead. He needed to be the lead character in that trilogy because he was such an amazing part of that trilogy, as bad as it was.
I don't think it was his character, because from what we got, the film was like 100% because he did amazing with his supposed to do. And I think they could have done some more, but unfortunately.
It sucks. I mean, if I was going to redo anything with the sequels, I just would want to give him a fitting arc, because I just cannot believe that they took such a great character that I was so hyped about. And I remember when I was getting so excited when they started doing the box art for his character, just the idea of having a new Darksider, like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool thing. It's been so long since we've had a new Sith, and I was hyped. And then it's just like, these are the things we need, new things. We need new interesting villains. Like, that's why when I had gone through so many scripts and I came up with writing my book, I was like, I need to do something with a character where they're so different, and go in an era of time, like and do something with a character that's so interesting. Like, you know, all the Sith are tied to an empire, they're tied to something. Let's make it that they're space pirates and do that, because that's something we haven't seen yet. And I think that would be perfect.
We've seen it, but like we can't only to an extent. We haven't seen like in depth like what we've got like.
Yeah, we've seen what space pirates are at, but we haven't seen like the potential of like Sith being other things other than what they're expecting.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, shit. Are you kidding me?
You getting killed over here?
Hold on. Just real quick.
No worries, I'm coming over. Trying to get Anakin, and I got Anakin and Luke at the same time coming at me. I'm not.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about space pirates, but also like there's a lot of potential because you can have their pirates, they're scavengers.
Yep.
So what they do when they get like when they get their hands on.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've been thinking about too with my story, of like doing those things, showing what that's gonna look like, and just like I have them pretty much like, because they're pirates, they're gonna need some sort of treasure that they're gonna want to go after. So I have them going after. I haven't decided what it's gonna be specifically yet, but the idea is that they're going. The idea is that they're going hunting Sith relics, but they're not relics we've known about, that we've seen per se in the movies. They'd be things that we're knowledgeable about, but things that maybe weren't found, you know? And I think that's a really cool thing. And then with that idea, that's a concept to use to bring in characters that aren't normally used in most of the canon stuff, right? Like, because the thing about a Sith that a lot of people forget is the reason they can't become a ghost is because they get trapped within these eternal artifacts.
Yeah, I fucking hate Rey's mind thing ability.
It's OP. They capitalized on what she is in the sequels in this game, and they made her just OP. And it would have been so satisfying in the end of the trilogy, like if you had those fights between Kylo Ren and Rey, and like when we get to the end of the trilogy, like Rey's the big boss fight, right, instead of Palpatine. One thing for me in the duels, yeah. Rey.
That water area, I don't even care to remember the name of it. We just felt like a bunch of.
And I don't agree with the. I know it was a cool concept for some people. I didn't like the whole, oh, let's use the Force to stop the lightsabers. Like, I think one of the worst missed opportunity in that movie that I still can't believe they didn't do anything with was when they had Kylo Ren and Rey on a ship where they could have fought, right?
Yeah.
And one of them should have slashed the zero gravity and had a zero gravity lightsaber fight. That would have been one of the coolest things. I'm definitely gonna do something with that in my story. I'm gonna do like a space vessel where someone slashes the gravity generator and then you just have someone fighting in zero gravity, because
I think a blaster fight in zero gravity would be pretty cool.
it would remind me.
All the tricks you can do.
Yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about with making my characters space pirates, is I make them that they're Sith, but they're I just wrote a new part of my book today where my character and my fiance's character are both they both pretty much are blaster and lightsaber wielders. And I'm doing a concept where, unlike Palpatine,
I have an idea.
yeah,
Your story is so the lightsaber wielders.
yep.
You know what kind of style they're gonna have, because if they're space pirates, they're looking like a pirate like style.
Oh, they all have.
With lightsabers.
They all have their own kind of pirate, but it's kind of like in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie where all the pirates had different fighting styles with how they did it, or like in some of the video games and stuff, or what I'm probably gonna do is rewatch the show Black Sails, because that had some really good ideas of like, yeah, I want to do like saber forms with like pirate stuff, and like I think what's going to be very essential is a lot of the potential with me and my fiance's characters are we each carry our main specific saber, but there's going to be also points in the book where we also are. I want to capitalize on the skills of saber wielders and actually show with cutlasses and stuff that you can do really cool dual wield tricks. Because I feel like we've had some cool dual wield stuff in Star Wars, but we haven't had a lot in live action that would be really cool. You know, like Grievous used 2 sabers at one point until he switched to 4, but because of the cybernetic, he couldn't get to go like super crazy with them, right? And then like I was thinking about like doing something, because they're pirates and pirates are known for being sneaky. I've been thinking about having like, okay, so they have 2 sabers and they have their pistol, but maybe what something happens where we're in a duel and maybe it's 2 different pirate branches are fighting, right? And one of them pulls like a saber knife out after they're like know they're losing and stabs someone in the leg or something, right? Just because pirates are known for being like cheaty, or like, what's the word? What's the best word for that? I'm trying to think. Yeah, sneaky. Yeah, that's the good one. Like, I just feel like they would do that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I feel like they would do something kind of crazy like that and just like not care. Oh, you got Lando in this one? Nice. I just feel like I just want, after the sequels happened and everyone's into Star Wars for different reasons, and then like some people, they like the story, they like everything. I've always, ever since a kid, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with sword fighting and duels of all sorts of everything, and I just want, in an age where we have really good effects and all these really awesome things, there's no excuse to not have epic lightsaber duels. Like, there just isn't. And so
It's not like they don't have the budget like they did in the original trilogy. We don't have the budget for it. Like, you don't have the budget for it. You definitely have the trailers for it.
that's why I'm so excited about that's why I'm so excited about this lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Vader as the final duel of the show, because yeah. And the thing that makes me excited about it is just the fact that you're gonna get to see like you talked about Luke, right? Because of the limitations in the original trilogy, well, Vader and Luke's fight in Return of the Jedi is cool, right? It's nowhere near as cool as it could be to have, like, with better effects. Like, look at what we've seen Vader do so far. Imagine what it's going to be like with the capabilities we have now. Like, there's going to be such cool stuff. I hope they went really creative with it. Like, I hope they really thought through things that Star Wars fans really want to see in a saber duel. Like, I'm really hoping that this fight, I'm not expecting it to beat Revenge of the Sith, but it's gotta go up there on the high tier of the list, you know? Like, it's gotta go ham. Like, I want it to be really good. Because these are the characters I care the most about in Star Wars, and I want it to be just so satisfying. Like, one of my favorite moments that I've always wanted to see a callback to is in Return of the Jedi, when Luke is trying to convince Vader to turn, when he's being told, you know, he's got to fight. The Emperor wants the two of them to fight. And Luke's hiding and talking to Vader, and Vader's just kind of sneaking around. And then Luke says he won't join the dark side. And then Vader sees that Luke is hiding up on top, once again, implying the high ground. He's up on top of a platform, right? And Vader just... Yep, and then he just throws his sabers like, I'm not having that happen again. Like, that's not happening. So I'd like to see something where, like because clearly at some point, Anakin and Vader have to cross into this point where they learn from their mistake, right? So it'd be nice to see something in the duel where, like, maybe Obi-Wan's up on a platform again, and then Vader just, like, chucks the sabers, like, no. I'm not that same boy you trained. Like,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
you getting snuck attack on now over here?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I just want to see that. Like, I just want to see the idea of him, like, yeah, from our last duel, like, these, yeah. Yeah, decent is what, yeah. Like, when we get to that fight, I'm going to be screaming. I'm going to be like, when we get to that point of the episode, yeah. Yeah. Like, the moment I see us on Mustafar again and just... Yep. I really hope that when they start the duel, Obi-Wan does his high block stance with his saber. Like, I would love that if he just jumps in and just... I honestly want it to mirror A New Hope. Like, I kind of want, as much as it is awesome to see Obi-Wan's face, I'd love it if Obi-Wan wore the hood the entire fight. just to kind of set up A New Hope in that way would have been great. Like, just to kind of be like,
Joe, you're scaring me. Joe, you're scaring me.
why am I scaring you? You don't. Oh, that's what's scaring you? I'm fighting Vader right now, man. I'm fighting myself.
Oh my god! We just lost Darth Vader. Oh, you got in the way.
So what is your take on, so like in Battlefront, when you're Anakin and Vader, you can fight on Jakku, which is a desert, and you can fight on Scarif, which has beach and land and everything, and also of course has sand, right? So what's 42? Well, yeah, so I was asking, like, what do you think about the idea that the fact that those two characters who are known for hating sand, like, people always talk about that there's never any way that Anakin or Vader can go back to Tatooine, right? But the meme has always been Anakin hates sand so much that he won't go to other sand planets, right? Do you think there is any, like, in Star Wars canon or any chance that, like, oh, that would be so, like, so brutal, like, just, oh my gosh. Yeah, just thinking about the possibilities of what they could do to throw shade at each other is gonna be great. Oh god. Yeah, I have a feeling that Padme is a trigger word for Vader. Like, you want to know something crazy that I thought about?
There are easily two trigger words. There's Anakin and Padme.
Yep.
Two trigger words.
And I also think that as much as it's going to be Vader in the suit and Vader is the suit, I think this duel, because in A New Hope, Vader is so formed as who his destiny is and who he is. I honestly think in this duel, Obi-Wan's going to fight more Anakin than what Vader has become. You know, like, I think it's going to be more of, like, Anakin, those flashbacks, he had that, like, just that insane offense ability, right? And he just, that's who he, and he's petty. Like, he has the Anakin pettiness, and I mean, in episode 3, he was so petty, just wanting to burn Obi-Wan back. So you just wonder if, like, there's still more of those Anakin mannerisms and moments in there of, like, him just, like, not happy about what's going on. And then he just gets cooler robot legs and just trashes everyone. I'm glad we got the Rebel skin for him in this game, because out of all the other skins you could have gotten for him, I don't think there's many that would have been as cool. I got him. I still really wanted his outfit from Clone Wars Season 7, though. That's probably my favorite animated Maul look.
Oh yeah, for sure, the shirtless type.
Yep, yeah, that would be sick.
Wait, was he shirtless? I forgot.
Yeah, that was one of them. I was helping you with Kylo Ren, and then Grievous snuck up on me. This dude playing Grievous. This dude playing Grievous literally says, literally has his name as Booty Tyrant. Oh my gosh, really? Dang it! At least we win this match, though. It's like we were actually trashing them despite them being assholes. Oh. Yeah, Lando crushes it when you get the right stuff you need for him. He can crush it. What was it? Yeah. Someone sent me a friend request? What? That's weird. What did I do to deserve that? Oh, someone sent me a friend request on PlayStation. I was like, it was weird. Oh, interesting. It looks like for, what'd you say? That's possible. Yeah, not bad. It's a good start. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'll be Luke this time. Oh, or not. I think, yeah, if you want to do that one, you can do that. If you want to be Lando, I'll be Han. Han needs some more levels, so I could definitely... I have my bearded one, but I'll switch. I got Hoth. I got my Yavin ceremony one. I have both these solo ones of him. Alright, sounds good. Alright, I got my Alden Aaron rank 1 on. Well, that's what I was saying. I like that there was a female in Star Wars. That's why I want them to do Kira so much more in projects, because I love how they set her up as a character. Like, I think she could have had her own, like the fact she didn't appear in Book of Boba as the leader of Crimson Dawn really pissed me off, because I was like, dude, we need to see her, because in the comics right now, dude, she's killing it. She, like, fights Vader and, like, other Darksiders and, like... It would have been cool. It would have been so cool. And it would give me what I've always wanted, which is to see proper dark side training. So you could see, like, on Dathomir, you could see Maul training with her, and Maul's using the Darksaber, and she's learning. And maybe because she wouldn't be using a normal lightsaber, maybe she's using the Darksaber and he's using one of his red double staffs, and just, like, it'd be sick. 'Cause I love the fight scene between her and Dryden, where she uses the sword and takes out his, vibroblade things. I thought that was sick. And I loved when they tied it in. I loved how when they tied it in Clone Wars, when they had Paul Bettany come back to voice Dryden in Clone Wars. I thought that was cool. Like when they were having the meeting of Crimson Dawn, and you could see all the members. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't Paul Bettany. They had someone else voice him. I forgot. I don't know. I just know that they had a scene with Dryden, and I can't remember if it was Paul or if it was someone different. Was it? Because I know we saw him in the episode for a brief second, but I don't think so. That'd be funny though. Crossing over from DC to Star Wars. We started on DC Flash nonsense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they have to sign Patson into a, yeah. Yeah, it's time to extend Patson's. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna start rebranding, just extend Patson's contract to start, so we have a good Batman that we want to stay with consistently, and then get Grant Gustin to replace Ezra, so you don't have to worry about recasting too bad. And then wait, you don't want to see Grant Gustin replacing Ezra Miller? But this wouldn't be him playing the version of him on the show. This wouldn't be for the CW.
I'm sick of seeing that. Like, Grant is good when he plays in, but I don't need to see him.
I just feel like I don't know who else you could get that would be good. That's the... Right. I just feel like with everything that's going on with the Flash, we need a quick fix. We don't need to spend hours upon trying to recast. Because I just want, like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, Ezra's gone after this movie, don't worry about it. I don't want him in this movie. I want him gone. They delayed it for reshoots, like, so might as well just go and reshoot him out. Like, take him out completely. I mean, with if they do Grant, because Grant was supposed to cameo, they can easily just re-edit all Ezra's scenes and take him out and replace him with Grant. It wouldn't be too hard. They've kind of set up the two of them to cross paths. What do you mean he didn't do anything that bad? What did Ezra do?
Yeah, what did he do that was that bad?
Kidnapped a kid. I missed that part. Hold on, when did that happen? Did you not watch my new video about one of the reasons why he's already out at DC is because everything after another is just going full circle with him. He kidnapped a kid, then before that he's got multiple assault charges. He's just an awful person, dude. Ezra is not a good person, especially someone you don't want playing a superhero. Dang it, I had Boba Fett and then literally Vader had to come up like that. Yeah, Ezra's just not a good person, dude. He needs to be removed from his own movie. I was amazed they didn't cut him from Fantastic Beasts because that was when all the stuff started happening really bad. But we see these things happen all the time where they have to cut people out of a movie. And if he's not removed, this movie's gonna have huge box office issues. Huge.
I don't think so. I think if we see Keith in one of the trailers, that's enough to watch the movie. I don't think Ezra's on top. Like, I think other than like Warner Bros. Who has to pay attention, I don't think anyone really cares about like who Ezra is. Because he's not making fucking headlines.
But you have to watch a whole movie about him being a hero though, and like what we get of Keaton is probably only going to be a glorified cameo at best. Like,
I don't think so.
you think he'll be in a consistent amount of the movie? Okay.
At least Supergirl will be in that thing a lot.
Yeah, but the rumors are that they're using Supergirl just to replace Cavill. So, because they're supposed to...
Yeah, they didn't fire him, but they just like they kind of left him on the.
They shouldn't have done any of that with him. He was so good. Like, I don't even know why they have to be...
They literally ghosted Henry Cavill. They're like,
Their problem is they stand up for people that do horrible things, and these other people were tired of it. Like, it's my understanding that with the whole Joss Whedon stuff happened, Cavill spoke up. Like, it didn't make headlines because people didn't know about it, but I think he definitely spoke up in other ways than people realize. And it's not public knowledge, but I think he spoke up. Because what happened with Gal Gadot, the reason she's still here is with everything that happened with Joss Whedon, she got to have one request to remove a director from one of her films, and then she pretty much just got to call what's the word? She got to pretty much take hush money to basically say, oh, stay quiet about this, and then you get to. Where I heard that Affleck and Cavill were offered the same, and they pretty much were like, nope. It's my understanding that they were very big fans of Ray. Like it seems like Ray's, from what I've heard, was not a bad dude. No, I'm talking about Ray as in Ray Fisher. Yeah, like it sounds like all the things that all the lies that Warner Brothers tried to spread were pretty not true. I don't know why I played a Blaster Hero this game. We're still getting trashed. I mean, I'm getting levels for Han, but I can't get close enough to these guys. I got him to level 3 at least, though. Yeah, I don't know. There's some bad. DC's gonna take a lot of work to refix their stuff.
Warner Bros aren't decent bags.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. You know, I heard because of that new multiverse game, you know, for at least a while, Fortnite's not gonna get any new DC skins. Apparently, there was supposed to be a DC skin for actually, what was it? We were supposed to get a Batman skin that was actually of the Batman, and then they pulled it because this new multiverse game includes Batman. So someone must have different licensing for the characters. Yeah. We'll have to see what they do with it. I mean, maybe the game will fail and Fortnite will just get rights to things. This also explains why we didn't get the Peacemaker skin.
Yeah, I would really. I mean, what else does DC have coming, like other than?
Well, Black Adam,
I don't really see them doing Black Adam's again.
I thought we would, considering we already have The Rock in the game, but now I don't think so because.
Exactly why I don't think we're gonna have a special power.
Well, yeah,
Not that they're like they don't like doing. They have fucking 3, and I'm pretty sure they have like 3 different windows.
but there are cool things they could have done with a Black Adam skin that would still feel different enough from being The Rock.
Yeah, I guess so. What's this?
Oh, you're checking Grievous's stats.
No, I'm just checking the start cards.
He's got some good ones.
My best one is of course no, I didn't get to pick.
Oh, it screwed you.
I don't know how I got it.
I love being on Camino. It's awesome. Oh, Chewie. Okay, Yoda. No Ray this game. Alright, that's interesting. Did you not want to be Grievous, or you did? What'd you say? Okay. Wait, I'm all over here. Okay, which button was it to emote again? Yoda's up in here. Oh shit. What button did you press to emote again? I haven't done emote in a while. Which one was it? I think it was. Oh, I found it. It's the left. It's the left arrow on the D-pad. I think it's left. I just taunted Luke. Fighting Luke. Shit. Oh, he got me. It's one of my favorite maps to have lightsaber duels on. That's the other thing I want more of is.
The thing is, the settings for that last Kylo Ren and Rey lightsaber duel, and the setting is amazing, but there's still places to do it. I honestly got bored during.
Yeah, me too. The execution, they didn't. It was a long duel, and they didn't do it right. And it's not believable because neither of these characters are as skilled as they probably should be at this point in the trilogy. Like, the really only reason Rey is even skilled whatsoever is because her heritage makes her strong in the Force. Like, her saber skills are lackluster. Like, she's not interesting. Oh, I got Obi-Wan on me right now. I'm trying to fight. Dang it. Chewbacca. Chewie got pissed. What did Chewie do? Who are you playing? Yeah, he's your uncle.
Yeah, my uncle just fucking threw me off the map. Oh no! Don't come over here where I am.
Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
I had all the heroes coming at me, and I lost, but I was like, okay, if I'm going down, I'm just gonna send Luke and I'm gonna send Yoda and Obi-Wan flying in the air, because I can. You know something? You know what's something I find interesting about the abilities for these characters? Yeah, something I find interesting about some of these characters' abilities in this game is you would think because of how powerful Vader is, right? That he would be choking people with 2 hands instead of 1. I'm coming over to where you are. Like, I think it's so interesting that Maul is so powerful that he has two force-handed chokes instead of the 1. Chewie, you're really gonna stand up there and shoot me? Damn it, you fucking Wookiee. Fucking A, can I get up there, please? Oh, I gotta deal with Yoda, I can't get up there. Yeah, they have no charge. Chewie was literally having the high ground and shooting people up on the platform. I was trying to get him, but I couldn't get him because then Yoda intervened. It's funny that anyone plays as Chewie. I heard Chewie's the worst. I heard Chewie's like the worst one in this game.
That's not true.
Oh, really? People actually like him? Okay, besides BB-8, I've heard Chewie's one of the worst blaster heroes. How are you still alive? I thought I swear I killed you and... Kenobi! He'd be on our team. If there is one. Maybe it's Chewie's explosive? Or is it Han? Or is it Han? I thought Chewie had some form of explosives. I've got 1 kill yet somehow I'm still like 2nd place on the leaderboard. Oh, there you are, Kylo. Yep. I was trying to do it, but it wouldn't work. Shit, we're being attacked. Is he up there again shooting again?
Yeah, he is.
Shit, he knocked me down to the thing. That's what I hate about the spin attack on Camino, is I can't land without getting thrown off the cliff. But as Anakin once said as a young boy, spinning is a good trick. Get over here, Yoda. I'm gonna beat your ass. He's running from me. I love it. Oh, and Kenobi's over here too. I got all of them on me. What?
Joe, where are you? I'm coming to you.
Ah, I just died. I'm trying to spawn again. Trying to figure out. Okay, here we go. I'm just standing here trying to moat. Really, Kenobi? Yep, I just killed Kenobi. As Maul. So at last, I have had my revenge. Oh, you're up there? Okay. It'd be awesome if we could get them to literally, like, whoa, like, do the, fighting on the gunship. Wow, you spawned...
Chewie came up to me, like, he was being nice, he was doing it, and I just feel like because he was fucking asshole the entire time I'm doing it.
Fucking Wookiee.
I don't care for being nice to me, you've been a prick the entire time.
I love how he comes up to you sometimes and then he wants to be a dick later.
Luke, I swear.
Shit. That's not good. Dang platform. Yeah, we're getting trashed here. It sucks.
I can't believe my grandfather, or not grandpa, I can't believe my mom just like messed up the ledge and then he falls to my head.
Yeah, he's a dick sometimes. I wish he didn't. I wish he didn't. Because he's just a dick to everybody. I mean, he's only not gotten laid because of the people writing.
Imagine Palpatine getting laid, but Luke's never got laid in real life. Like,
That's a question I'm still wondering, is how Palpatine was like, yo, to create this dyad, I'm gonna get laid. Like,
who did he hook up with?
yeah, I don't know, man.
Joe, did you hook up with Palpatine?
I did not.
Would you hook up with Palpatine?
Definitely not. I don't know if lightning to the face is a turn on, so. Or anywhere else.
This is the one thing that does scare me, is there's no way they would have consensual with Palpatine.
Oh, it definitely wasn't consensual. Oh, 4th place. Let's go.
Which scares me more because that means
That he raped someone.
really bad.
He just went up to her and be like, I can show you the ways of the Force. I was gonna say, if he was a Jedi, he could have mind tricked her. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't think Sith used mind tricks.
They might. You never know.
Yeah.
The dark side, of course, the conflicts of many early Sith unnatural.
Very true.
Like somehow Palpatine.
Gosh dang. I hate that that's a line in a movie. I hate so much that
Hey Joe, somehow Palpatine was charged.
I know. And then you know what makes that line even worse for me is the fact that it's said by a character I actually like.
Did you know that the Rise of Skywalker literally Fortnite was like the prologue to that movie?
I heard like they did like a movie trailer for it or something.
No, it was during an event, and the signal that room is referred to in the movie. It's like Palpatine set up first. They set up like this professional moment, and it tied into Fortnite because there was an event where we heard that. So
Which explains why the sequel trilogy skins came out, and I'm actually glad I missed most of that. I mean, I'm glad I got the Sith Trooper skin. I didn't have to pay for it, but outside of that, I don't need much else. I think we're dark side because I picked Vader. I suppose after this round, we probably should check on Fortnite because it's already almost like 3 o'clock. Just looked. And because you and I both work, we're gonna want to get some rest because we have a crazy night tomorrow.
I'm not sleeping until like I have to go to work.
That's my plan. My plan is if I don't have to make content before, I'll probably just sleep until it's time to go to work. I forget, how early do I start tomorrow? Is it 2 something or is it 1? Because sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. I need to check. I somehow was just fighting Obi-Wan and Anakin and I died, but I leveled up even though I was getting good hits on them.
So what are your top 3 lines from Star Wars?
Top 3 lines. I definitely think, have you ever heard The Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise is one of them. I like Not Another Happy Landing by Obi-Wan. That's a fun one. Of course the high ground is always a classic. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I could do top 3. There's so many good lines I love. Top 5. Yeah. So you got.
Top 3. Number 1 for me is high ground.
Yeah, you gotta have the high ground. Yep.
Number 2 is This Is Where the Fun Begins.
Yeah, that's one of my absolute favorites. I love that opening of that line. Like, I use that so much. Like, if I had to do all lines, they're almost all from Revenge of the Sith, probably.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like,
It's like I have like a lot of them that I like pretty close. But probably This Is the Way because it's just
I like This Is the Way. I also really like Chancellor Palpatine. Sith Lords are our specialty. I just love the setup for that whole last duel against Dooku. Yep.
I think the one that you just finished popped on my head is basically Duke going to Palpatine and saying, Chancellor Palpatine, you are under arrest. And he says, are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
Oh, I love that Palpatine. I love that Palpatine line. And then he transitions to, it's treason then.
The Senate will decide your fate. I
Yep.
am the Senate, not yet.
Oh my gosh, such a good line.
Treason. Oh
People harp on that
my God. So awesome.
People harp on that duel, but I love that duel. I love just seeing Palpatine just destroying everyone because of how powerful he is. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Just watching Palpatine do spins and things is like, oh my gosh. Oh dang, Anakin's just taking us all with him. That's hilarious. Trying to think, what's another one?
Here's another thing that you can obviously simplify as good as anything else. Is because can you do like five? Can you name like 3 memorable lines from sequels?
Let me see, 3. Luke, the one that I would say for me that's memorable just because I liked what it was potentially maybe going to tease but it never did was when Luke says to Kylo Ren, oh no, one I like to use for everything in every situation because it's so true about its own movie is what he says. What is it? It's something like Luke says to Kylo Ren was like, you're everything you just said was wrong. Like I like that line from Last Jedi. Something about that stood out to me. Yeah, and then what's another one? There's another one that's probably, there's got to be at least a couple. It's just not as iconic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a meme, the one I like to tell the people because I know it pisses them off a lot is whenever I'm playing a game where there's a jet trooper or anything, I always go, they fly now. Yep. I hate that line. That's why I like to use it against other people because I've always hated it. Yeah. That's why I thought it was so stupid. It's like, they're like, oh, the First Order ones fly now. I'm about to kill myself. Come on. Oh, Yoda's jumping in. After everything they've been through, yeah, it's like, what? It's really stupid because it insults, like, the characters that are supposed to be smart. It insults their intelligence. Yeah, I can't be friends with anyone that defends the sequel trilogy because there's nothing to defend that's worth defending. Not particularly. Because I'm more Sith than I am Jedi, and only a Sith deals in absolute, and I am absolutely not okay with actually angry. Hey, I just started playing Battlefront. Got any tips? Yeah, play with good friends. And gang up on these fuckers. It takes time, man, to get good. If you subscribe, I will definitely run some matches with you sometime. No, I still have, ironically, I still have people in my stream. At least you don't got Anakin and Yoda ganging up on you at once. I love how it says, enter the battle Master Yoda has as the match is already over. It's like a delayed response. Oh gosh, apparently Aaron Taylor Johnson says confirms major departure from the comic books of Kraven the Lion Hunter. Yeah, it sounds like Morbius. That should be fun. You know, there's a little part of me that after Morbius was like, you know, this will probably turn out pretty okay. God. Is that going to be the new It's Morphin Time? God, I don't want to say that even remotely correctly. Oh, I can change, yeah. If it's blasters. Well, let me clear selection. I just know I will be Finn because he's the only good sequel trilogy character besides Kylo Ren, so. And his blaster's actually pretty sick if you know how to use it. It's kind of disrespectful that Poe didn't even make it into this game considering he's seen through the entire trilogy with weapons. Like, what kind of disrespect is that? Have you seen all the Battlefront memes of everyone wanting to smash Leia in Battlefront 2 because her outfits are so, like, they make her look so thick? No, dude, I'm telling you, I've seen some, like, legitimate memes of people, like, there's YouTubers that just, like, take pictures of her. I got lots to tell you, but I'm just... Mother... Well, yeah, Kylo Ren pulled me in, and then Vader came out of nowhere. Of course they'd be lightsaber heroes every damn time. Just one time I want to have a game of blasters versus blasters. To see how the odds would go. And not have Vader fucking pull me into it. You know, in Heroes vs. Villains, they want it to be lightsaber heroes and... Like, you know what's even stupider? I bet you if I played BB... Oh, thank you for subbing, I appreciate it. I didn't mean to say it. It's late in the morning, so don't worry about what I say. You know what's dumb? I went to say, I'm about to do something really ridiculous that people aren't gonna expect. I'm using BB-8 right now. Just cause why not? We've tried everything else, you know. Did you get Vader? Is that you shooting him? Can you shoot? Can you shoot him?
I just killed them all. Oh God, who is that?
I got Vader over here.
Joe, save me! Joe, save me!
I'm a soccer ball droid. I don't know what I can do to help.
That is disrespectful.
What is disrespectful? Crap. Dang it. I was trying to do it. And I was getting wrecked. Alright, no more blasters. Yeah, let's take care of these businesses. Anakin's coming out to play. Rey's killing him. I'll help him. Oh, good, you got him. Alright, so we got... Alright, let's gang up on Kylo. Hello, my master. Dude, he was in the files, but we did not.
What the fuck? Window would have been perfect for a game.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I wanted Mace for so long. I love Mace. Even Samuel Jackson is begging for more Mace Windu.
Dude, I think Mace Windu is one of those characters who, like, you said it earlier, haters, like, everyone just loves Mace Windu.
Except for Aiden. Aiden hates Mace for whatever reason because of what he did to Anakin. And I'm like, nah, man, Mace is legit.
Mace is like love better, right? I mean, you can't hate on Mace. He's just a solid character.
I just love that he's such a dope character, and like he gets to do the whole like do light and dark side and be such a boss.
Yeah. But at the same time, not being on, like, full dark side, like,
Yeah.
still knows where.
And Samuel Jackson has done such a perfect job portraying that character. Like, it's just so good. Like, one of my all-time favorite Mace Windu quotes is when he takes the lightsaber to Jango Fett, and he goes, "This party's over," to Count Dooku. Like, I love that line. I love it when in Attack of the Clones he just sticks it to his neck and like, "This party's over." Just great.
He's also got one more. Like, I just did the other one.
Yeah, that was great. I like that one too.
Also, forget, which one we destroyed.
Yeah, gotta love his little cameo and his little stuff in Phantom Menace.
Fuck you, Valorant, you bitch. Sorry, you got the Clone Wars armor?
Oh yeah, I got Clone Wars armor. I love my Clone Wars armor for Anakin. Me and Rey are actually defeating Maul, and now I'm gonna go kill my my grandson.
Dooku. We meet again, Dooku.
My powers have doubled since we last met, Count. Good. Twice the pride, double the foe. Oh, I just killed Dooku. Oh, joy. Vader's here now. Come on, Vader. You and me. Let's see who can do this. Oh, crap. I got Dooku and Vader all over me. Mace and the watch parties be like, this watch party is over. That's a nice one speed. Yeah, I agree with you, actually angry. Mace is dope. And his lightsaber's awesome, I agree. I would totally, if I could choose my lightsaber color, if I was gonna be a Jedi and I was just gonna be like, as much as I have my own personal colors, and I am a fan of anyone that wields a purple lightsaber. That just commands incredible respects. Yep. And also just like, when I played Jedi Fallen Order, I had a purple purple double-bladed lightsaber. So I'm down with the purple, man. I'm down with it. Oh, dude, there's so many awesome things they could have done with Mace in this game. Purple is royalty. That's awesome. Oh, hey, Boba. Get force pushed. The oppression of the Sith will never return. You have lost. No, no, no. In Jedi Fallen Order, I like to bash and kill. Oh yeah, it's fun. One of my favorite things to do in Star Wars games was, did you have the DLC for Force Unleashed 2? Yeah, I'm talking to you and people in my stream at the same time. So there was a DLC where you had to fight Leia, and then and she was protecting the Ewok, and then you would go into the camp and you would learn a force drop kick, and just drop kick Ewoks. It was great. Yeah. Hey, those Ewoks had it coming, man. Have you seen how bad those Ewok movies are? The animated stuff hasn't been bad, but the live action one Ewok movie is pretty bad. Oof. That's not nice. Because that's not true. Search your feelings. You don't know it to be true. I will never stop talking about how Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie, and I will die on that hill until there is a better one. No. What's better? See, now I know you're clowning, because only half of those are good movies. Not even half of them. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I've always been, because of my Yoda Joe, I definitely have always been a man of the green saber. Oh, we could have had that. But I also would love a purple, for sure. But green is up there, purple's up there for me. Has the Fortnite update started? Yeah, I'm doing that. Sounds good. Because if we have to take time to update it, then I'll probably just get it updated and then just hop off and get some rest. Does it say there's an update available already? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great speed. I'm excited too. Sounds good. I'll just set my system in rest mode then. You want to run one more game, or you want to hop off now? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do one more. Why not? So again, I think both of us are in concessions tomorrow, so that will be nice. Because at least you won't be alone this time. I switch back and forth depending what it is, and with Aiden being gone, I'm gonna guess it might not have to be. They might need more people in concessions. Let me see what it says. Oh no, it looks like I am usher on Tuesday. I start at let's see, what time does it say? It says 13, so I'm start at 1 tomorrow. It's not bad. I'm checking logging into my thing. And I remember tomorrow to request the 7th of July off. Because that's the first time I'll probably watch Thor. I don't know. They normally do it on Thursday because of once we get an early drive, because Marvel's picky about the drives normally when they turn and everything. Let me see. Alright, so yeah, 13. Okay, so yeah, 13 to 21. Alright, so 1 to 9 as usual. And we're getting out of there no later than 9 because our watch party is at 9:30. I'm gonna get home, pop that popcorn, and get down to business. Alright, man, I'll invite you. Dang, we're ending the night, not bad. I just got that last guy that came in brought us all the way to 284 subs now, so yeah, Speed, it's gonna be pretty awesome. We have a lot of fun watch parties planned tomorrow. Alright, match, let's get it going.
Yeah, man, the watch party is epic. Okay, so
Bespin now.
yeah. Okay, so if the not watch party, if we're not gonna do a screening on, well,
We'll probably screen it Wednesday.
I bought tickets. Okay, so we're not doing it on Wednesday night. I bought tickets for a door on Thursday for 8:40 something. So I'm gonna be going there. But
You'll come for the screening as well, though, because you're gonna probably love it and see it again.
yeah, but the thing is, 2 hours, like 2 hours. That means we're gonna start to like way later, and I don't want to have to wait. You get to wait forever.
Makes sense. Well, are you going to see it on Thursday, or are you going to see it at
Yeah, I'm doing on Thursday. And it's gonna be this crazy. The movie's gonna be at 8 something.
what time does it get done? Isn't it a shorter movie?
2 hours.
Okay, they confirmed 2 hours. Okay. So I guess that BS about being one of the shortest Marvel movies wasn't exactly true, huh? I think,
Actually, I've never done that.
yeah, Bespin's nice. I would say, yeah,
Cloud City, dude.
the map was called Bespin Quad City, so yeah, no, but that's what they say on when the game loads up.
Hey, stop.
You being shot at? Dang, I almost had Maul. I was playing Lando and I almost had him. Because somehow all the lightsaber characters except for Rey got taken. And I'm neglecting to play as Rey until the longest time as possible. I mean, this game could have had way more lightsaber heroes if they would have kept working on it, dude. Would have been incredible. And then, of course, some of the newer blaster characters could be cool, like, we could have got Cad Bane. Alright, Maul, you're toasty now, boy. Yeah, I agree. It's going to take a miracle to get more content in Battlefront 2, though. We're going to have to wait for Battlefront 3 if it ever happens. Which a lot of people really want, so it'd be awesome. I heard rumors if they did Battlefront 3, they were going to take all the characters that we were supposed to have in Battlefront 2 and add them to 3. Like, the original confirmed roster for potential Battlefront 3 was going to be, starting was going to be Ahsoka, Ventress, Padme, and Mace, from what I heard. So that'd be awesome if that still happens. I got Maul. Vader, you're next. Vader's done. 2-player streak. Alright, I need to take care of Grievous. Come on, Anakin, get him. I gotta take Grievous. Oh, good, Yoda's available again. Not that I didn't enjoy playing Lando, but, you know. It's all good, because I'm sure tomorrow will be slow, so I should still be able to come by concessions a decent amount of times. The only question is, I wonder if Abby's working tomorrow, because I don't know if she always works Tuesdays. I kind of hope she does, considering then we'll get done closing sooner if she works. Because whenever she closes, I usually only have to do like 2 things closing. Especially when I'm Usher, because then everyone else has done everything else, so it's like, sweet. Alright, I'm actually going to play as Ray, even though I know normally do it.
Actually, I love that line too.
What line?
Wait a minute, how did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Oh, I love that. That's another one I'm a fan of. Yeah, half the banter between Anakin and Obi-Wan at the tail end of Clone Wars headed into Revenge of the Sith is so good. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that, that line. I always like how R2's always been Anakin's ride or die. What happened? You fell? I like hearing Obi-Wan and R2. I like Obi-Wan's response to Anakin about how Anakin's trying to defend R2's actions. And he's like, I noticed one of your jokes is, did I say anything? I didn't say anything. Oh, that's...
Yeah, I love that, dude.
I still think one of my favorite things ever is Yoda telling Palpatine, "It's so powerful you are. Why leave?" That's one of my favorites. That'll end your rule is, and not short enough it was. Yeah, it's just so good. Mind trick. When he gets older, yeah. He's got to talk at some point. Just, that's his first words. So I got Grievous, Vader, and I don't know, everyone's over here. What happened? I'm stuck with Vader and everyone else fighting me. Oh.
Okay. Yes.
We get him. Everyone has their Grievous's just tanked out every time I play with them. I'm like, what? Dang it. I'll say this, I actually do not, as much as I hate her in the sequels, I actually do not mind Rey's fighting style in this game. She's actually not bad to play as. And if you know how to use your mind trick, you can actually use it well to distract these fools. Dang, I'm being choked right as I was trying to do the mind trick on him. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. I know lots of people that do. Oh, dang. Yeah, I guess we'll go one more. Yep. I'd like to at least have a somewhat better match, at least. Yeah, I'll need rest, but because much plans have we do. Be ready we must. I'm definitely wearing my my Kenobi shirt tomorrow under my work uniform. Alright, we're villains. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna play Boba this game. I want to be a dick because I want to just fucking hit them with rockets. Because they just piss me off, you know? There's a certain point in a man's life when other people just need to get pissed off. I think everyone's smaller than Vader.
Vader's not that tall. It's not like 160. Their life is like 5.
No, yeah, but other people in the suit, Vader's meant to be a certain height because of the fact that he's a tall and intimidating, imposing presence. So whoever's in the suit... What was that?
Joe, look at Slave 1.
Oh, yay. Is it still called that?
Well, I guess here it is. It's for the Empire Strikes Back days. It was the good old days when it was still called Slave 1, but now it's called Empire Strikes Back.
Stupid. I hope Boba debunks that later. Like, hey, that's not my ship.
Why should I just... The funniest thing ever happened. So I was looking at Chip Slave, I was looking at Slave 1, and I didn't even know. Just sneaking off the edge. And then looking up there.
Dang it, they're all playing lightsaber heroes? Okay. I guess I got no choice. Maul's back out to play now because these guys are being assholes. Oh, they're all literally right here. Really, Rey? Oh, someone grinded this game. They got the Rey with Leia's lightsaber now. Get her, Dooku. Because that skin is an actual hard one to get in this game. Not that anyone would want the Rise of Skywalker skins, but people actually grind for them for some reason. I'm honestly surprised I have Rise of Skywalker Palpatine, honestly. Yeah, but it's just the fact that I actually have that skin in use is kind of ridiculous. I think it looks better than the default one, so I'm like, why not? We should have gotten a Senate skin instead, though. Just Palpatine without the robe and the lightsaber. That's the one thing I never understand. You want to make another lightsaber hero? Give Palpatine his saber, not just his lightning. I like his gold hilt. I've always liked his saber design. Oh, it is? What are you working on? I had Rey and Anakin like trailing me. I'm gonna bring Vader into this. Especially because we're on Cloud City. Everyone wants to be Vader when you're on Cloud City.
I never want to be Boba Fett. So that makes sense too, right?
Because that means what? Dang. They just keep like just tag teaming on these maps. Oh dang it, I saw Dooku was available. I should have been Dooku. Oh, they should have added a Jedi Dooku skin in this game. Oh, we tag teamed Han Solo.
Wait, stand still. Why am I
Look at Maul. Look at. Oh, Vader's that tall. I forget what the inspiration was, but someone said something where like Vader was. I forget how they came up with it. It's terrifying. Disney would have never allowed that to happen. No, he's got his unique take. Yeah, I just wish that the character would have been done better and we got more of what we would have liked to see with him. I know it's crazy. 18 subs away from 300. We're gonna hit it for sure, guys. In these next 2 days, I think we're gonna definitely do it. Why? Yes, I'm excited to see how damage control. I'm excited to see how damage control tortures her. Right. I'm really surprised they okayed doing the Leia treatment. Right.
One day they won't let everyone cut to the stormtrooper, and the next they're showing children being killed. So it's like, you know.
I guess you gotta pick and choose what makes sense for you.
I suppose.
I'm just happy that we actually got. This is gonna make me sound horrible, and I'm probably gonna get canceled for this. I'm both surprised and thrilled that we got to see Anakin actually kill children. Like, I know that's horrible, but I just.
Yes, I love child slaughter.
Yes.
I'm so glad we get to see Anakin murder innocent children.
But remember, from Anakin's point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah, especially 10-year-old kids who don't know any better.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? Yeah.
I was kidding. Dang. I was blending my hatred for children with Anakin's hatred for the Jedi. I would never kill kids. I just don't like kids. There's a difference. 9 years in the theater industry of nothing kids, of non-stop kids movies would do that to you. You would not lived until you survived a Frozen 2 cleanup, my friend. It was damaging to the soul. Dang, I was about to kill Leia and then we'd die. Wow, I guess I came out above you that game. Alright, I will see you tomorrow, guys. Yeah, take care, man. Yeah, let's get some rest. 5th place. Yeah, man, see ya. Take care. Thanks for